Yeah. Shalom, Israel. Shalom. Brakat YaHaWah, Brakat YaHaWaShi. Brakat YaHaWah, Brakat YaHaWaShi. Brakat YaHaWah, Brakat YaHaWaShi. BaHaSham, Rakah Qadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone who teach well and rule well, who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akim, pushing this truth all over the earth. And to the Akwith listening, quietly listening, the few Akwith, Shalom. It's your brother Shema from the Pillars of Benjamin camp with another lesson. And the title of this lesson, Breadlines are coming to America, man. Babylon the Great. America the Great. Right? Through the spirit and power of YaHaWah BaHaSham YaHaWaShi. You know? I was reading this article in the Bloomberg. Right? And through the spirit and power, YaHaWah BaHaSham YaHaWaShi, some precepts jumped in my mind. So yeah, let's read the article. It was a Bloomberg article that came in yesterday. All right. And this is what's coming to Babylon the Great, America the Great, right? And the title of the article, "The Recession Breadlines Are Forming in Mar-a-Lago's Shadow," and this came out yesterday morning, right? In Palm Beach, a diner races to feed laid-off workers. Food banks and pantries see surge in demand and long-term need, right? So laid-off workers are going to food banks, man. Right, restaurant workers among hardest hit by coronavirus, right? And in the region that I'm in, up here in Canada, restaurant workers in the region I'm in, the province of Ontario, 800,000. The numbers were released a few days ago. 800,000 people out of work within the restaurant industry, man. It's a lot of people, man. You know what I mean? Though it's just a 4-minute drive across the lagoon from Mar-a-Lago, President Donald Trump's private club, and 10 minutes from the Palm Beach outposts of Chanel and Louis Vuitton, Howley's Diner has become an emblem of America's stark new economic reality. Yeah, man, breadlines, food banks, daily food banks, right? So this place, Howley's Diner, right? Howley's Diner. With more than 10 million people across the nation suddenly unemployed, breadlines are forming in the shadows of privileged enclaves like this one in Florida. Yeah, 10 million people, man, unemployed in Babylon the Great, America the Great right now, man. 10 million, man. 6.6 EI claims, 6.6 million EI claims last week, and 3.3 million EI claims the week before, man. 10 million, and that number is going to increase. That number is going to increase. For the past 2 weeks, the kitchen staff at Howley's has been cooking up free meals. The other day, it was smoked barbecue chicken with rice and beans and salad for thousands of laid-off workers from Palm Beach's shuttered restaurants and resorts. The rows of brown bag lunches and dinners are an early warning that the country's income gap is about to be wrenched wider as a result of the COVID-19 crisis and the deep recession it has brought with it. Yeah, so these closed, shuttered restaurants and resorts who have laid off workers now, who can't afford to eat, they're now lining up to get barbecue chicken with rice and beans and salad. Laid off workers going to food banks and lining up for bread, for food, man. Right? Shuttered restaurants. Let's get a precept, man. Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Verse 4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Right? Closed places of employment, man. Boarded up, shut down places of employment. Boarded up for lease signs. And the door should be shut in the streets and when the sound of the grinding is low, right? No work. The grinding is work. Low, no work. There's no work. 10 million people unemployed in America. Babylon the Great. Spiritual Babylon, right? 10 million. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So they shall rise up at the voice of the bird. They're looking for work, but they're not going to find it. Place is shut down, man. Right? And all the daughters of music shall be brought low. That's the entertainment industry, man. That's the music business. That's Hollywood. That's the sports industry. Brought low. Listen, sports on the whole planet, sports is shut down, man. Right? We're seeing these entertainers, we're seeing these Hollywood stars, these entertainers, these musical artists. They're all bugging out right now, doing all kind of challenges on social media. They're bugging out. No one's paying attention to them. They're bugging out. People are chastising them. They're bugging out, right? And the daughters of music shall be brought low, right? Babylon the Great. Let's get back to this article, man. Even as much of America is fretting about supermarket shelves depleted of their favorite cereal brands and toilet paper, or the logistics of curbside pickup from favorite restaurants, a brutal new hunger crisis is emerging among laid-off workers that has begun to overwhelm the infrastructure that normally takes care of the needy. Right. So these food banks normally take care of the poor, the less fortunate, the hungry, right, the needy. Right. So now these laid off workers, an influx, a rush of laid off workers are now coming seeking, food, man. Right. Because there's no work, there's no money. Right. There's no money. Can't eat. Money, resources are limited. So they're lining up for handouts, man. Right. Right. And confounded. Isaiah 19 verse 9. Right, blue collar and white collar. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 9. Moreover, they that work in fine flax, and they that weave networks shall be confounded. Right, that's your blue collar and your white collar. Confounded, man. Not a clue what's going on. Let's look up that word confounded. 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 Yeah, man, your blue collar and your white collar. Both ends of the spectrum. Confounded. To condemn, curse, also to destroy utterly, right? They're confounded, man. They're like, what the fuck is going on? This is some fucked up shit. The sense of mental confusion, right? Confounded, man. Confused. What the F is going on? Right? Both ends of the spectrum, man. Your blue collar and your white collar, right? Right? No work. Isaiah 19 verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which a head or tail, branch or rush may do. Right? Once again, man. Your blue collar, your white collar, man. There's no work, man. No work, so there's no income coming in, man. You see me? Right? And that's just gonna lead to sedition among men. Right, upwards of people, right? Right? And you can only keep people locked down for so long, right? Before they start to resist, Back to the article. We're seeing about a 650% increase in our requests for support, said Sari Vatsky, Executive Vice President of Feeding South Florida, which before the pandemic was already serving more than 700,000 people a year in 4 counties, including Palm Beach County, The growth is exponential, right? So you're taking on the outer world people now, man. You know what I mean? Right? Isaiah 24 verse 8. Right? Isaiah 24 verse 8. Right, we're just feeding the flock, man, edifying the flock, man, letting the flock know what's going on, man. Feed the sheep, let them know what's going on, man. Us in this truth, Halalyam, YaHaWah, BaHaSham, BaHaSham, Qadash, right? We know what's going on. We're just edifying the sheep, man, feeding the flock, you know, warning, right? Isaiah 24 verse. Let's read up a couple. 24 verse 8. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, right? The mirth, the joy of music, right? Musical instrument. Tabrets is a musical instrument. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth. The noise of them that rejoices endeth, right? Nobody's happy, man. The joy of the harp ceaseth, right? There's no mirth. There's no happiness, man. They should not drink wine with a song, right? Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it, right? There's no pubs getting turned up in pubs. You know, music and bubbly music and drinks. There's no more of that, man. Right? They should not drink wine with a song. Right? There's no more of that. Pubs and drinks, man. Music. Right? Getting touched, getting turned up. That's done. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Right? People are drinking to drown their sorrows, and it's not doing it, man. You're still in that spirit of despair. Right? And that's what's come on Babylon, man. America the Great, Babylon the Great. Wicked Esau. You see me? Verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Right? Babylon's broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Right? Everything is locked, man. Places of employment are locked, closed up, for lease, for sale. Right? We're experiencing a quarantine on a worldwide scale, right? Verse 11, there's crying for wine in the streets, right? People want knowledge. People want to know what's going on. People are tuning into the news, trying to get answers, right? That's the crying for wine in the streets, right? All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. There's no joy. It's despair, man, right? Right, and that's what's come. That's what's come to Babylon. You know what I mean? And listen, bread lines is just the start. Lining up in food banks is just the start, right? You know, some real famine is about to touch the Western world, man. Right? Some real famine. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I wanted to get on that, man. You know what I mean? I want to touch some precepts on that, man. I pray you're edified, right? Halalyam, YaHaWah, BaHaSham, YaHaWaShi, BaHaSham, Qadash. Double honors once again to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone who teach well and rule well. Peace and salutation to the Akim who push his word all over the earth. Kwam Nasharala, Abba Babal.